Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Welcome to Open Your Reality. Welcome to the Kriya Yoga School channel, and welcome to Vedgurdev. We are streaming live on these three platforms. And today I have two special guests with me. Over on my left, we have Vedgurdev. As you know, he's been with us the last few weeks answering your viewer questions. And we have his good friend from the Himalayas, and his name is Vedmuni. Welcome to the show, Vedmuni. Great to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Now you're a friend of Vedgurdev, and you have the same master, right?
Yeah, yeah. We can say we have the same guru, right? Which is
Same
a fun
guru.
story. But
Same
yeah,
guru.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let me ask you some questions. So uh, Vedgurdev is trained in yoga for the last 10 years. How long have you been immersed in the Kriya yoga world?
I believed I'm trying to handle the camera. I'm so sorry for that. Just a
Oh,
sec.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. I would say probably 6 years. Yeah, 6 years or something around that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and what compelled you to go? Let me ask you: where are you right now?
Yeah, in terms of where I'm living.
Yes.
Yeah, in Brazil, in a place very close to Rio. I think people around, I mean, foreigners normally they know Rio, right? So yeah, 1 hour and a half away from Rio, in a little city
Okay.
in the mountains. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. And so, what brought you into yoga? How did you learn about it, and what compelled you to go off to India in search of a guru?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, it's very funny, when you try to remember how the path kind of went, right? It's super interesting actually to see the memories. And in my case, actually, I had one person that I call my first guru. Just one. It was a very weird evening, and I just went in a restaurant, and this guy just approached me and said, "Hey, are you feeling okay?" And I said, "No." He said, "Why not?" And I said, "Yeah, let me teach you something." Then he starts speaking about yoga. That was like this, So, and I thought he kind of spoke probably 5 hours straight. Like my mind was just was blowing my mind. I couldn't handle it. It's too much, too many information, and but everything was so familiar, so true. And he was a type of Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, right, from the book Autobiography of a Yogi. And then here we go. 1 year later, actually, I just got the book. I couldn't handle myself again. I was just crying and crying and crying when I saw the picture of Yogananda and the picture of Mahavatar Babaji from the book. I just got myself like in a space which I've never been before. It was just love and love. And I just felt something like, yeah, probably Kriya Yoga is for me. And then I had this feeling about going to India, but it took me 2 years and a half to really go there. Like life being life. You go to the left, then you go to the right, then you up and down, and you pass through all different stuff before. No, at least for me, that was before India. And then I was kind of learning different kinds of yoga, and I met another kind of guru here in Brazil who is still like for me my one of my beloved ones. And he approached me in a certain way, say, you know what, you go to India, you know probably there's something for you there. And then I went there to be honest with you, Chad. I was there actually I've been there. When I came to India, I just had a feeling to be initiating Kriya Yoga. That was all. But I had a deep feeling that there was someone there, a true guru that I could really, be with and learn and everything. So that's pretty much like a short way of saying the story. And yep,
Was that your first time in India?
first time
Like,
at all, never been
mm,
before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I would say like probably Vedgurdev felt the same. Like for me when I came there, it was just so familiar, even if the culture is so different. Like the food, the languages, the people, the way they like Brazilian people, they really touch each other. In India, they don't touch so much, and so many little things. But actually, like I felt home. I really felt home. And then that's how I actually got initiated by one specific lineage in Kriya Yoga, and that was my sadhana, right? My practice, my way of dealing with the techniques. And probably in a very brief time, I was in the Himalayas. Then I found a book actually, I started reading the book. In the last page of the book, there was some kind of information about the ashram of this Swami called Swami Vedananda, which actually is Vedgurdev Guru. And then I just went there. I said, you know what? Why not? I just want to visit this place. It's an amazing spot. Why not? It's good. It's in the Himalayas. I can be there. I can do my sadhana. I can, do my stuff, practice Kriya yoga, and that's it. Done for me. Me. Then finally met my guru, and then life just completely changed. That was my last call of myself.
So how long were you in India total?
Yeah,
How,
1 year and a half, approximately.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long did you spend in the Himalayas?
In the Himalayas, probably most of the time. Let's
Mm.
say if probably 1.5 and 2 months, 1.5. Oh, sorry, 1 year and 2 months total, right? And probably 4 months traveling around India, I guess, something like that.
Hmm. So how long were you in India before you met I'm sorry, your guru's name is
Swami Vedananda.
Swami Vednananda, and which
Yeah,
is Vedgurdev's Swami as well. So
yeah.
how long were you in India before you met him?
Yeah, that was super short actually. It was like probably after 1 month and a half maximum. Yeah, something like that. 1 month and a half since first time I met Guruji. Yeah.
And did you, when you first met him, did you think like this is going to be my guru, or was it you have to cultivate the relationship, and how did it work?
Yeah, this is a very nice question actually. Like especially in my work with yoga nowadays when I have some, I don't know, some sharings, and we were talking about this relationship, call it in India as guru disciple, right? Like one
Mhm.
guru and one disciple. It's something very deep, very profound, and very mysterious. So first time when I met him, I just felt something really weird, but I didn't feel something like this is the guy. You know what I mean? Like especially because the guru normally, it, the guru energies, it pokes you, like you feel weird. Something in you is not, you don't feel the comfort at the very beginning, at least, because it's touching you in a very profound way, you know it's messing around like your mind for you to cross it, right? To transcend it. So that was my feeling in the very beginning. I just felt really dizzy, very weird. He said, you go sleep. It was very late at night. He said, you go sleep. I said, Guruji, but I just need to practice. He said, no, 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 no. You just go sleep. Tomorrow we talk. So tomorrow morning, this tomorrow, right? The tomorrow of the day that we've been there. I woke up very early, like super straight, like, no, I do my meditation 5 o'clock in the morning, all this, and I'll be the best that I can do. The guru's there, and not my guru yet. So he just said, no, you come down, easy, easy. He saw I was super, like intense, and then he said, you have a tea with me. Then we sat one in front of each other. I was feeling super weird. His presence was kind of touching me, and I was like, the feeling was like I couldn't hide myself, and I wanted to hide something. Me wanted to hide, and then I said, Guruji, can you initiate me? And he said, initiate you? I said, yeah, I don't know what I said. I don't know what I just said. I'm so sorry. He said, no, no, it's okay. I give you initiation. But wait. I said, okay. So that was a weird thing. Like I just told you this. So kind of symbolize the weird feeling that we feel sometimes when you feel guru. People think, no, my guru is all love. My guru is, just deep, crazy, beautiful understanding of life. No, the guru will kill you. That's the truth. So I felt really weird, and I asked him initiation without really understanding what I was doing at all. So I spent probably 2 or 3 days. He actually made me wait 3 days to make me, feel really sure that I really wanted. And finally, I got the proper initiation after 3, 4, I'm not sure, even probably 5 days. I don't remember now, Chad, but probably something around that. And then that was the beginning of the story. And then later, like I just, it's a very deep relationship with love and hate, and not proper understanding of the message, not proper criticizing, judging. Actually, I judged him a lot. before really crossing some stages of my mind, you know. So he plays very well, you know. He plays very well. It's a beautiful game, and I'm very grateful. You know, Vedgurdev, I met him as well, even if it was a short period of time. It was very intense, I know, because I've been there, and that's it, you know. But people think the guru is like just pure love all the time, but to reach this pure love, woo, you need to really dance, you know.
Well, let me ask you, Vedgurdev, a question. So, was Swami Vednanda your guru before, or were you around the same time? Like, how did you guys meet, Vedgurdev?
So I met Vedmuni. He was my roommate at initiation in
Mm-hmm.
Bangalore, India, at this place called the School of Ancient Wisdom. So I went there to learn on the path, and he was my roommate. And when I met him, I I I I felt like this was my brother. That we had this soul connection from past lives. I didn't know why I liked this Brazilian guy so much. There's a good picture of us in the Himalayan mountains, and so he was telling me about his guru. So his guru Swami Vedananda was his guru before it was my guru, and the way I met Swami Vedananda, my guru. There's pictures of him and his guru in the Himalayan mountains. Beautiful pictures. And I had this darshan which told me I needed to go to Satupan Lake, which is called the abode of Babaji, the home of Babaji. So, and this darshan told me, you remember your roommate, Vedmuni? Him and his guru will take you to the Himalayan mountains. And I found this very hard to believe, but I said, "You sure, Babaji?" He said, "Babaji never lie." I said, "All right, I'll call Vedmuni." There's another great picture of us in the Himalayan mountains, me holding the Babaji flag in the background. So I called Vedmuni, and I said, "Vedmuni, you're not going to believe this, but I got a direct message from Babaji himself, and he told me to contact you and your guru will take me to Satupan Lake." And Vedmuni paused for a second, and he said, "How do you know we're going to Satupan Lake?" I said, "I don't know. Babaji told me to contact you." And he said, "I'll call you back. Let me talk to my guru." He called me back in an hour, and he said, "Get ready to go. Go to the hiking store, get some hiking boots, get some hiking poles, get some cold weather gear," which I'm wearing all there, we're all wearing, "and we will be on our way to Satupan Lake." So in about 2 weeks, I got on the airplane. I flew to Delhi. I took the train to Kathmandu. Vedmuni picked me up, and he took me to meet Swami Vedananda, who will later become my guru and give me name diksha, Vedgurdev.
Yeah,
So
there he
that's
is.
a
There he is, right there next to Vedmuni in the Himalayas.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
when I see those pictures, what was your time like there, Vedmuni, in the Himalayas? Was it like were you focusing on spirituality all the time? Well, what were you thinking about when you were there?
Right. Yeah, you know, there is so much said about the Himalayas actually. Like Himalayas is a place that actually if you profoundly travel around there with your open heart, especially if a guru or someone who can somehow actually show you some specific places or people, there are a lot of mysteries, a lot of amazing energy, a lot of spots that actually people really care, really practice spirituality in all the levels that you can imagine, right? So in that terms, I believe that the Himalayas is super special. In this specific, you know, like talking about spirituality, I cannot deny, you know. So when it came to India, actually, my mind and my heart, I mean, like my whole being was full on the path, you know, like not properly on Kriya Yoga, to be honest. Actually, Kriya Yoga was, let's say, was the techniques that appeared to me, you know. But actually, meeting my guru was a true thing, you know. It was beyond, you know. So actually, when I spent my time in the Himalayas, I was pretty much practicing being with him, like having the teachings day by day, moment by moment, like there was a very traveling with him around the Himalayas, meeting specific spots. I've been actually, Baba knows a lot the Himalayas. He has been doing pilgrimages by by foot for a long time. So he's a very let's say he knows very well the forests and the places and nice ashrams, and he could show me nice spots. And I had the grace to be in these places and around very nice people as well. So I would say, Chad, that actually my whole being was pretty much focused to liberate myself. What was this was the goal.
I'm curious to know a couple of things. One is
Yeah.
with your guru. I mean, is he someone that seeks out disciples, or how did you both find him? I mean, is he kind of like a teacher for foreign students that come to him, like, hey, this is the guy that teaches you, or is he somebody that's just off doing his own thing and then people go to him? I mean, how did you, how does he hook up with his students and find students and all that? And yeah, I was
Sure,
curious about
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. That changes or by, it changes a lot. Depends on the people, sorry, the person. And Guruji had a background, but let's say a very, um, he was not so social in the beginning, right? He was more with the yogis in the Himalayas, going to from sacred place to sacred place and doing like these nice pilgrimages and doing his own thing. Then he suddenly he felt the feeling to start doing some kind of, having some bases, or some ashram, or create some ashram, or having a little spot to teach, or to develop his job, his work, and share. So it was very natural, very spontaneous, but his way was very interesting way, because I can say that he has a okay good number of disciples. I could met a lot of them. I've been traveling with him all over India,
Mhm.
all the spots you can imagine. Then I could met some of them. But Guruji is a very sharp person, very sharp guru as well. Like for those who really want to know the truth, his behavior is like a knife. He can be like super smiley, but so sharp that actually people who are not ready, they just go away. So once, for example, once he told me, so Vedmuni, I initiated a lot of people. You cannot even imagine. I said, yeah, all right, Guruji, but what do you mean by that? He said, I'm just trying to tell you that actually it doesn't matter the number. I do my best. I've done these initiations. People ask me, I felt it, I've done it, something happened, whatever. But very few of them got the got the true connection. Got the true feeling, got the message. And I have no expectations for anything. But when there are people who really want it, like she normally he shows up. So yeah, that's my experience with him. So I wouldn't say he kind of invite people to come, even if he does events. Unfortunately, Vedgurdev couldn't, not yet. We're gonna go back to India, I'm sure, together again, probably with Chad. And then yeah, so I've been in some kind of events, some kind of, Guru Purnima. India is full of this kind of calendar events, the Guru Day, the Lagamach, I don't know, like Shiva Day or something. And then I've been in this kind of events where people come to see him, to be in the presence of a guru or something, to do some meditation, some satsang, or some whatever. But actually, he has like this kind of small group of very close devotees, where they become kind of a very yeah, like a family, like a spiritual family. And yeah, so he doesn't really invite people to come, but let's say he does some kind of social work, and then in the middle of the social work, he appears, right? But yeah, he has this kind of silent moments as well. So it's a little bit both sides, right? Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm a Vedgurdev. Uh, how would you describe your time with your guru, same guru, Swami Vednanda? Um, does he spend like a lot of one-on-one time with each of you? And Does he talk with you? Or I'm wondering what the guru disciple relationship is really like when you're in the Himalayas with him.
Yeah.
He's there and you're just in his presence. Like he is the main guy, and you follow behind him, and you follow in his energy. You're there to serve him. So he told me one time, your job is to make sure me, your guru, doesn't have any problems, because so I can focus on giving you the teachings and the shakti and the shakti paths, so I can transmute the energy, the divine energy to you. So like you're almost in service of him. You make sure he doesn't have to pay for anything. He doesn't have any problems. You're in service of him. So you take care of him. You make sure he is good. And sometimes, like Vedmuni said, he could be sharp and give you a sharp teaching, but it's for your own good. And you always say, yes, Guruji, yes, Guruji. He's always right. Guruji is always right. So no matter, even if he's wrong, you would never say he's wrong. You say, yes, Guruji, you're right. But yeah, sometimes you don't understand the teaching at the time, but later you understand, like, yeah, I understand what he was trying to transmute to me and what he was trying to teach me. So like, yeah, you're just basking, you're sunbathing in the glow of divine energy of an enlightened being, a divine being who's carrying God energy. So I just followed his divine energy, you know. It was a great time. So
Right. Well, Vedmuni, were you practicing the asanas and the pranayama, doing the mudras and the mantras? Did the guru instruct you on these, and were you practicing them every day?
Yeah, definitely. Like, let's say, yeah, I need to say that, otherwise we'll be very, yeah, not it would be unfair, like, actually, Guruji actually told me once, and that's so true, there was a little difference between a guru and a Satguru in India, you know. A guru is someone who teaches you something, which can be crazy good, like you can learn some nice yoga techniques, nice mudras, and nice, amazing stuff, and nice mantras. Guruji was a very nice mantra yogi, by the way, before becoming a proper guru or something, right? And he once told me, like, this is the difference between a Satguru. The Satguru doesn't want you to learn anything, the Satguru wants you to cross even the techniques. So I got really, really crazy, I said, but, like, I was very attached to Kriya Yoga, and I'm still do it. It's amazing. The technique is unbelievable. But Guruji was always pointing to something else, to something else. And there is something behind the technique itself, right? So when I met him, I said, Guruji, should I keep doing my techniques? He said, okay, you do. I said, okay, I keep doing. He was kind of not giving a proper answer, just giving me some directions, but I couldn't really understand. But I said, okay, he's saying, as Vedgurdev said, he's telling me to go that way, I go that way, what to do. So yeah, I started doing this, and the more I was doing the Kriya Yoga, I got to a certain point where I felt that I was done with the thing, and I felt really bad because I felt, but that's my path. Like, I feel like teaching properly Kriya Yoga. Like, how can I just like learn this thing and then not to do anymore, and then what the hell, right? And then I came back to him and said, like, actually I didn't say anything. We were walking. You were asking about the relationship in the Himalayas, right? So you can imagine this. It was every day, like tea time, some satsang, sometimes very silent, sometimes nothing, sometimes everything. Like every day is a new thing, and that's the beautiful thing. So we used to go to the forest to walk. I was to go to my meditation and Kriya Yoga, whatever, and then he just go to the other side. He left me alone, in purpose, right? I didn't know by the time, but it was in purpose, And then finally he came back and he said, we're coming back to the ashram on the way, right? Vedgurdev knows very well the ashram as well. And then we were coming back, and suddenly he asked me, why are you doing this thing? But he asked me in such a way that I felt really bad. I felt, oh my gosh, my guru is just like speaking about Kriya Yoga in a certain very weird way. Like as a Kriya Yoga was something, not really good. It doesn't make no sense. This is just an amazing technique, And my mind was just going all around. And then he asked me like, "Hey, why are you doing this Kriya Yoga thing, Vedmuni? Why are you practicing this still? It's not time for you to stop." And I said, "Stop? What do you mean? Why should I stop my sadhana? Sadhana is the spiritual practice, right?" He said, "Why are you doing it? You don't answer me. So you answer me. Why are you doing Kriya Yoga?" And I had just no answer at all. I didn't know why I was doing that, you know. And this was one of the most profound teachings he gave to me, Why am I doing what I'm doing now? And then suddenly, in the few days, I just probably like 2 days later, I just come to him. I come to him and say, "Hey, Guruji, I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not sure even if I need this anymore. Do I? What should I do?" He said, "Okay, no problem. Maybe slowly you stop doing the Kriya." And I said, "Okay." That was my way. So let's say that actually I stopped nowadays, I can say nowadays, like by the time I stopped doing my spiritual practice as I used to do when I was a seeker. When I have this status of seeking, this is a moment that this is super, very, very important, and Kriya Yoga can help a lot. But there is a moment where actually the practice become you, and this is super profound. So that was his teaching, his pointing. So I stopped everything I was doing, but whenever the mantra comes in my mind, in my way, in my heart, and I feel chanting, the mantra is there, the power is there, because it's not coming from the mantra itself. It's from the lineage, from the guru, from the profound understanding that we are beyond that. Same for Kriya, right? Like I've practiced a lot, really a lot, like 10 hours a day, probably, or even more. And nowadays I just sit, and whenever I feel like the Kriya is happening by itself, So this is a very nice process and a very teaching that he gave to me. So this is pretty much how I learned. But yeah, I got a lot of experience from him, like in terms of mantras. We've done a lot of yagnas. Yagnas I've seen your yagnas as well. It's a very nice thing. Thanks, by the way, for doing this, you guys. And so yeah, I've kind of passed through these techniques as well. But yeah, that's how it happened.
So Vedgurdev, when you were over in the Himalayas and you were with Vedmuni and the others, what was the social interaction like between the students? Were you mostly talking about Kriya Yoga and your development, or was there a close community there between the students?
Yeah, well, everybody there, they were my brothers, and we all. Once you go up the Himalayan mountains, you have a profound bond and a profound brothership. So like, you feel like all those people who went through the hard work and all the bad weather and everything to get to the top of the Himalayan mountains, they are your brother forever. So we had a profound community. Each one of us, like he said, we would go off in our own direction. We would do our own little sadhana, but we would all do our sadhana together. So it was a profound community. Like, I am Vedgurdev, he's Vedmuni, and all the disciples of Swami Vedananda are Ved. So all the Veds love all the Veds. So it was a great community, but we had our own individual sadhana, we had a group sadhana, we had our own collective experiences we went through. We have great stories, good times. I'll sum it up. My guru, Swami Vedananda, here's what he always said: happy, happy, happy. So we were always happy, always in a blissful state, always joyful. We were always happy. So no matter what the weather was, we all shared each other's energy, and we were all happy. So that's the best way to sum it up.
Very nice. Well, We might. There's so much more that I want to ask you, but we never really get into our questions. So it'll be interesting, Vedmuni, if you stay with us. Can you stay with us for say another 20 minutes or so?
For sure. My pleasure.
Okay. Okay. We have one question from the audience. Maybe we'll just begin with that. I'll give it to Vedgurdev here, and maybe you could chime in, Vedmuni. Regina Engel says, Namaste, Chad and Gurudev. Can you please explain what is meant by surrender in a spiritual sense? Vedgurdev, you want to handle this one?
Yeah, so in Kriya, the highest thing you could do is surrender. So you basically surrender yourself to the teaching, surrender yourself to the energy. And one of my favorite mantras is called Babaji Surrender. So it's basically saying, I surrender to you, Babaji, to the teachings and everything. Like, I always say, Babaji is driving my car. I'm just witnessing him driving me around. So it's by Babaji's wish that I surrender to him, and not my will, but thy will. That's what they say in Kriya Yoga. So like, Babaji is driving my physical body around. I'm just watching him drive me around. So I surrender wholeheartedly to Babaji for the teachings of Kriya Yoga and putting a big dummy like me on the path of Kriya Yoga.
Okay. Well, we have Derek Galloway in the house. Good to see you, Derek. If you have any questions,
Namaste,
guys,
Derek.
you can drop them in the comment section. But we do have we did bring in a list of questions from some of the people in our Kriya Yoga School, which is kriyayogamasterclass.com. And I'll pass this one off to Vedmuni. Vedmuni, why is Kriya Yoga kept so secret?
That's a very, very, very interesting question, Chad. Actually, there was not only Kriya, but some specific types of yoga, which nowadays they're calling Kundalini yoga. Traditionally, Kriya yoga is a way of Kundalini yoga, right? And what it means? What does it mean, right? Kundalini yoga. Kundalini. No, I'm so sorry for saying this, Chad, but I need to be honest. Like I'm seeing so many. I'm trying to not say a bad word here, but like so many weird things named by Kundalini yoga, which is not at all. They're not at all. Like Kundalini yoga is a very intense process, which Kriya is pretty much the same, or a way of doing the same thing, where actually you can use your breath to energize your whole being, especially moving the prior energy, which they call Kundalini, right? The energy through your main channel, right? Which is on your spine, inside your spine, right? So this is pretty much the basis of all Kundalini yoga. They have many different ways of approaching this, with some rituals or some mantras or some special teachings from whatever. But there's one very specific way, which is using the breath, right? In a certain mudra, certain techniques, which you guys are doing and teaching, and this is it. So if you do it so intensely, without any professor, any guru, any method or anything, just by yourself, it can be very, 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 very dangerous. Very dangerous, you're gonna not be able to handle the energy in the body. You're gonna not be able to handle the open ups that can happen from within. Your mind will be pretty much going to left and right to left, and you won't be able to handle it as well. And then you stop being someone nice to society. So many weird stuff can happen, right? So traditionally, all the Kundalini yoga and this tantric occult yoga or yogic techniques or yogic approach for life and for techniques and for this inner development, they were hidden in terms of kind of kept secret, right? From guru to disciple. And when the guru sees a disciple where they can really, find this one can handle it, then he gives the message, right? Life being life is a very mysterious thing. You know, many yogis are saying that actually we're entering a new kind of a new age or in a new moment, where actually Kriya Yoga, where it's time actually to Kriya Yoga to be spread all around in a good way. I hope, you know, as you guys are doing, you know. So now is the time actually, like new, let's say, is a new way of doing Kriya in a safe way. For example, Paramahansa Yogananda, I know all you guys know him, taught in a very specific, simple techniques, you know, a very nice and profound Kriya Yoga. But if you go, for example, to live with him and ask him, Guruji, can I have like a more profound type of Kriya? He probably give you like a very more intense practice. So it depends on the people, you know, like depends who are approaching the technique. You can have a little bit more intense practice or less intense practice, but in essence it's the same. So in general terms, this is the explanation. You know, like it's just a very powerful technique. It can be very hard to handle if you're not ready for it, if you don't have a teacher, if you don't have at least a very little spiritual background or an inner understanding of who you are. You know, you can just go crazy, you know. So I hope I got a good answer, but generally that's the thing.
Right. Yeah, I think that was a good explanation. This question is for Vedgurdev. So we're going to go probably another 15, 20 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, we're streaming live on 3 platforms, Vedgurdev, Kriya Yoga School, and Open Your Reality. Vedgurdev, when the Kriya Yoga School online becomes wildly successful, are you ready for the attention it will bring you?
Yes, definitely. I welcome the attention. I want to help as many people as I can with Kriya Yoga all around the world. My cup is full with Kriya Yoga techniques, and I want to find people I can pour my Kriya Yoga water into so it could fill them up and help them live a better life and a more spiritual life through the practices of Kriya Yoga. So the same way my guru and my teachers have helped me live a better life and turn my life around practicing Kriya Yoga, I want to help everybody learn Kriya Yoga. So whether it's 10 million people or 5 million people, I welcome everybody to come to the Kriya Yoga School. kriyayogamasterclass.com. We welcome everybody, no matter what level you're on. We want to help you out there through the practices of Kriya Yoga. Be the best Kriya Yogi you could be. Everybody is welcome.
Okay, we have time to go through some more questions. We have at least 22 of them here, so I'm sure we'll have to leave them for a future live stream. But I'll ask this one to you, Vedmuni. I don't know if you can answer it, but is it bad karma to kill bugs if they infest your home? So what does Kriya Yoga say about that?
That's a very nice question, right? Like, you know, I have a yeah, Vedgurdev is my brother, you know, like so we have a lot of nice talks, right? Nice calls. And one of them we were calling we are we're reminding ourselves in this very interesting story, you know. And it kind of related to this, you know. There was one time the Guru of Yogananda, he's called Sri Yukteswar, right? So, and they used to live in a place, I think it's Calcutta in India, South India, right? And Sri Yukteswar was the type of Kriya yogi who went to Samadhi like as per will, you know, boom, he was gone. You know, he used to sleep like this, and somehow the bugs didn't bite him, and people couldn't understand what was really happening, right? And Yogananda was very close to him, probably the principal disciple, right? And one day, Sri Yukteswar asked Yogananda to sleep next to him, and then Yogananda couldn't sleep. He said, "Guruji, I just can't sleep. This just crazy. These things are just biting me all over. You know, I can't." And I'm talking about Yogananda in a version that actually he could meditate for hours already. It was super well developed, you know, in terms of yoga and general things. Then his guru just said, you calm down, you calm down. He said, Guruji, I need to just, you know, I need to fight. He was like super, 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 super furious. He couldn't actually handle the thing. And Sri Yukteswar was super calm. I said, okay, no problem. You just buy this. How you say this, guys? The net, right? The mosquito net, right?
Mosquito net.
Yeah, he bought the mosquito net. And the next day, Yogananda was like, oh my gosh, I was just going so crazy for such a small thing, you know. So it's exactly the same for bugs or for bad karma, you know. I'm sorry for being so direct, but if you keep going with this idea of bad karma, then you're gonna believe in bad karma, and then bad karma will be something real for you, right? So in karma doesn't mean bad or good. The purpose of karma is to cross good or bad. So karma means action. So there is not bad action and good action in yoga, right? In Kriya yoga, it's all beyond that. So you do your karma, you know. If you want to fight, you fight. If you want to meditate, you meditate. Then you see what happens, you know. And it just, believe it or not, when you do this, something from within just opens up for a new reality, you know. So bad karma, bye, 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 bye.
Okay. We have a question for Vedgurdev, and that is, could most people's health issues be a trauma they've buried in their subconscious, and until they face it, it will not heal?
Yeah, but could be. In yoga, they say go down to your basement, open the windows and open the doors and clean out all the dust and throw away all the boxes. So you're holding on to this subconscious trauma that you don't need to. It doesn't serve you no more. Let it go. Throw it away. We take the trash out. We don't carry trash with us. It's over. It's gone. It's in the past. It's water under the bridge. It's clouds in the sky. We take all the trash out to the curb and throw it away. We don't keep it with us in the bed. We don't sleep with our trash. We let all our trash go. This trash, this trauma you have, or anybody who's watching this have, it doesn't serve you no more. Let it go. Wave bye-bye. It's gone bye-bye. The trash man has come to pick it up. It's gone.
Well, I also want to say, I believe that works on a physical basis as well as an emotional basis, because if you actually clear out a lot of the garbage and clutter in your home, you can open up new possibilities to come into your life. It just seems like it's great feng shui, right? And do the same thing with your mind, but it's a little more difficult because we have the subconscious, which is 90% buried beneath the conscious mind. And even though consciously you want to make that change, it takes a while for the subconscious to recognize it as well. So you have to kind of program yourself. And one of the beautiful things I like about this yoga school is the yagna ceremonies, because in the yagna ceremonies, you take people's problems like this and you throw it into the fire. And
Swaha. Swaha. We give it to the god Agni fire. Swaha. He accepts our blessings. Whatever health problems you have, swaha. Into the fire. Gone. Burn up by the god Agni, the god of fire. It's gone. Swaha.
I like that. That's what I like a lot. And I think our disciples too. I mean, Vedmuni, what do you think about these holy fires? Do you practice a yagna ceremony where you live? Do you how closely are you with the fire, and how important is it in your practice?
Sure. You see, actually, different, let's say, paths in spirituality, they all use the elements, right? They all use fire. Yeah. So in the yogic experience is not different, right? So when I was in India, we have done a lot of yagnas, right, as you guys do, and I believe it's super powerful. There is a thing in yoga that I used to do, and whenever I got the chance, I do myself. When I have like a fireplace, like a good fire going on, right? I just sit. Please don't take me wrong, but not naked, but at least shirtless, right? So I can pretty much have a energy cleansing from the fire, because fire means transmutation in yoga, right? So doesn't matter what. Can be a thought, can be a subtle energy, can be a whatever, right? Even your skin. So yeah, it's a super important element for me. I'm not doing as much as I wish here, but from time to time we have a spot, or have a place, a neighbor or something that you can do a holy fire, and then we do some kind of chantings, not necessarily in yoga, but a nice a nice nice little ceremony to be together and just pray for ourselves, pray for cleansing, you know. And so that's pretty much my relationship with fire. But like sometimes even if I have a candle, I light up a candle, sometimes it's enough. If you don't have a fireplace, probably a lot of people are live in an apartment or something. Just make sure you have a little light, a little candle.
Jyoti. Yeah.
Yeah, Yoti, exactly. We needed to have all these little equipments for doing this holy fire, but in adapting for ourselves, that's what I believe. So yeah, that's what I do. Fire is just sorry, Chad, just one more thing, and
Sure.
the external fire bring the idea and the knowledge from the within fire, right? The fire that we got from within, the burn of transmutation from inner energy. And this is pure Kriya, right? This is the burning the energy, burning the karma, burning the ideas, burning the traumas. So I believe there is this beautiful connection when the person is on the path of yoga or Kriya yoga, to learn from the fire, to be inside with the same fire, right? So that's something that is very, very alive for me.
I just wanted to say one other thing before you go on. If you live in an apartment and you can't make a fire, join the Kriya Yoga School. We'll burn up all your problems every month. Twice a month, every full moon, every new moon. Burn all your fire problems. Swaha, trauma, swaha. Health problems, swaha. Money problems, swaha. Swaha, swaha, swaha. Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Soyam. Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Param. Swaha. So any of you people out there who have problems and want to burn them up in the holy fire, it's well worth $25 a month. kriyayogamasterclass.com.
Yeah. I mean, I I have a book. It's a very interesting book. It's called Breaking the Death Habit by Leonard Orr. And in it, he talks about the various spiritual practices, and one of them is fire purification. He says it's very important to sit around a fire, and kind of like a bigger fire would be better than a candle or something, but because it can cleanse your chakras, it can cleanse your energy. And I think that's why people really enjoy sitting around a bonfire or a campfire. It's very beneficial to health as well. So yeah, good question there. We have time for maybe another few questions. And guys, if you have them, you can leave them in the comments section. I've been searching here looking for your questions. Let's go on to a question from one of our students at the school. And she says, I'll ask you this, Vedgurdev, what is the most spiritual form of Kriya Yoga?
That's a good question. You can't really say most because it depends on the individual self. Like some people resonate with pranayama, it's very powerful for them. Some people resonate with asana, it's very powerful for them. Some people resonate with dhyan, meditation, it's very powerful for them. Some people resonate with mantra japa, it's very powerful for them. Some people resonate with bhakti, singing bhajans and different songs, devotional songs. It's very powerful for them. So in our Kriya Yoga school, we teach all the 5 folds of Kriya Yoga. Just find out which one really resonates with you and cultivate that one and enhance it. And it will really, you'll be able to answer that question for yourself.
And what the 5 folds are: mantras, mudras, pranayama, asanas.
Asana,
Yeah.
asana, pranayama, meditation, mantra japa, and bhakti. The 5 folds of Kriya Yoga. So I'm sure one of those would get you on the right state, the higher state, which you need to be. So that's a question that really can't be answered. It just depends on the individual. So whatever resonates with you the best, that is the best practice of Kriya Yoga.
Okay. We have a question here from one of our viewers. I'll ask it to Vedmuni. I don't know, again, one of these questions where it's probably going to be your opinion, but this viewer wants to know, in your opinion, do you see the wars that are happening in the world continuing, or do you see a change where we'll move closer to world peace, or at least better than it is now in terms of peace?
Yeah, look, this is a very, very interesting, profound question, especially because when when talking about war, we talk about something that comes to in the end. We're talking about death, isn't it? We're talking about people dying, right? And process of yoga is actually to die before you die, and this is very profound. And I'm not saying that I'm okay with wars and that I believe the wars are the way to go. Nothing like this. But that is what that is in yoga. We say that is one first and more profound war. Even if it looks so hard to believe it, it is the inner war. And
Mhm.
if the person that's the story of the Bhagavad Gita, by the way. Right, probably you guys know it, right? The Bhagavad Gita is the Arjuna and Krishna. The Krishna is the avatar, and the Arjuna is in the front of the battlefield. And the whole process is like Krishna teaching Arjuna to go and to do whatever you need to do, but knowing who Arjuna is, know who you are before. So I believe the inner war is something that is beyond and behind all the possible wars that you see in the world, right? And I truly believe that if people start seeing that, doesn't matter who you are, where you live, like what's your financial situation, what is your traumas, but if you have a way to just connect yourself truly um, of who you are, you know, the outwards, this war that appears in the world, the killing people, the need for this just goes away naturally. I'm not the one who says like when it's gonna happen, why it's gonna happen. I'm just observing and following. But what I can say is like from within, if you find inner peace, there's no need at all to fight. If you find inner peace, you just don't feel like killing anything. It's just natural. So
Mm.
naturally things happens, right? So I believe you just go for your inner peace. And this the hard thing in terms of yoga because it involves this kind of political situation and all the crazy things that you see on the world. But see the inner world before seeing the world. This is the yoga. This is true yoga.
Yeah, I believe it was Gandhi who said, "There is no peace on earth because there is no peace in the minds of men." And there's another very good quote that I remember, if I could say it right. If one man has triumphed in battle over 1,000 men, he has one less of a victory than the man who has triumphed over himself. So,
Mm.
two quotes
Well
there that
put,
are,
Chad.
I,
Good one.
that's why I study this stuff. No. Just kidding. Um, so we have a few more minutes. Maybe we have another 5 minutes. Maybe we do one more question for each, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. So for Vedgurdev, what is the number one Kriya yoga practice that you do consistently all the time?
Well, I have a balanced diet of sadhana. So I do the asanas that resonate with me. I do the pranayama that resonates with me. I do the dhyan meditation that resonates with me, the mantra japa, and the bhakti that resonates with me. So I try to balance it out. Even practices I don't really like, I try to enjoy them too. So I balance everything out. So I enjoy all practices of Kriya Yoga. And some practices I didn't enjoy, like sitting and pat my ass in a full lotus position. It was very painful in the beginning, but now I enjoy to love it. And I just exist in this state. So even the most painful of asanas can be your friend. You just got to learn to accept it and breathe into the stretch and surrender to the asana, and it will become your friend, and you will work and flow together. And the pain will stop blocking the prana.
Yeah. Skip Sharp says, Namaste, Chad, Vedgurdev, and Vedmuni. Uh,
Namaste.
Hi, Skip. We have a question here. It's a little bit different than most of our questions. I'll pass it off to Vedmuni. If you can try to keep your answer to just a couple of minutes, because we're going to wrap up soon. Question comes from the Sanity Machine. Question: can yoga and meditation stop one from a compulsive masturbation or sex addiction?
Definitely, and it's a very simple question, but people people make it so complex. Look, if you see, imagine that. I go the very simple way because we have very short time, right? Like, if you can check from within the engine, the system, the way that actually any compulsion goes. If you go to the root of this, no compulsion takes you anymore in a whole life. Simple as that. Then if you want to masturbate 5 times a week, 3 times a week, for the whole year, then it's your choice, right? But not as a compulsion system, right? And this is pure yoga. The yoga is like going within and actually, as Vedgurdev said, actually killing all these ways that appear to be a trauma, appear to be something that like automatic in you. That's something that you cannot control. That's something that you cannot. No, you are in charge. You are in charge the whole time. The whole time. This is the in the fundamental yoga. So yeah, for sure, for sure. If this is an addiction for you, so definitely try yoga because you're gonna learn something much more profound, and then this is gonna be just like a choice for you, right?
I'm gonna say a short answer real quick. In our Kriya Yoga School, we teach a technique. It's called Brahmacharya. It's stilling. It's celibacy. It's silencing the senses. You're taking your spiritual juice from the root, bringing it up your Susimna Nadi, turning it into spiritual juice on your crown. So taking your sexual juice, turning it into spiritual juice. Brahmacharya. So it's a real easy technique. We demonstrate it in our school. So if you have this and you want to stop masturbating or the sexual addiction, this dissolves all sexual energy and it turns it into spiritual energy. So this is a great technique. Brahmacharya, Ojas Maitreka Pranayama.
Yep.
$25 a month.
Okay. You can find it at the Kriya. It's www.kriyayogaschool.com. That's our school if you want to check it out. We have a few videos on the About Us page that you can watch, and we have some testimonials there. Thank you so much, Vedmuni, for joining us today. It's been wonderful to have a friend of Vedgurudev's to talk about many of the things that he has discussed, see your viewpoint from Brazil. Thank you so much. Maybe you will join us again in the future. And Vedgurudev, of course, thank you for joining me. And all the viewers out there, if you have questions, just leave them in the comment section and we'll get to them in the next live stream, which will be next week. Thank you. Take care to everybody. Actually, we're going to have to, Vedgurudev, should we go out with a prayer?
Sure, why not? Let's bless all our people out there, all our YouTube viewers. First, I would say the Kavacham Shield mantra, giving protection to all the viewers of this live stream out there. Om Brahma Vishnu Maheswaraha Savadanti Mantra Devata Susena Napala Rakshaka Hayom Pet Swaha. Lastly, I would say the Shanti, Universal Peace Mantra, giving peace and love to all people all around the world. Om Shanti 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 Shalom Sat Nam Sadhu Tao Om Spirit Swami Kami Amen Amen Omen Selah Om Jai Babaji, Jai Babaji, Jai Babaji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Sitas, Jai Sitas, Jai Sitas, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva. Happy, happy, happy. Peace, peace, peace. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.